All right, today we're diving into a piece of history that honestly reads more like a drama. It's a story all about loyalty, duty, and one single choice that completely rerouted a family's future. Let's get into this tale of two lines. It sounds like a riddle, doesn't it? How can one person be born into one branch of a family but then be chosen to carry on the legacy of a totally different branch? Well, that's the central mystery we're going to solve today, a puzzle that's been tucked away in the records of one of Korea's most interesting families.
So, to really get what's going on, we have to start with the family itself, the Wonju Byun Clan. And listen, this wasn't just any family. They had a long history that was deeply respected for centuries.
I mean, their journey is truly epic. We're talking roots that go all the way back to the 11th century BC in China. From there, their ancestors migrated to the Korean peninsula during the Goryeo dynasty. And then later, an ancestor named Suk actually came back from Yuan China as part of a royal escort. So yeah, this family has seen empires rise and fall. In this period right here, this tells you everything you need to know about their character. When the Goryeo kingdom fell and the new Joseon dynasty took over, 3 whole generations of this family, Suk, his son, and his grandson, refused to work for the new government. They were fiercely loyal to the old kingdom. It was such a powerful display of integrity that it became a defining part of their identity. And that brings us to the man at the very heart of our story, Byun Ryangjwa. He was born into this legacy of honor and loyalty, and his life would end up being a major turning point in the family's history. You know, we don't even have to guess what kind of person he was. His own memorial epitaph, the words written to honor him after he died, describes him in these incredible terms. Naturally bold and decisive, his talent and strategic ability are outstanding in the world. I mean, wow! This was clearly a man who left a huge impression on people. His career was incredibly distinguished, but also tragically short. He passed the big military exam at just 26 and rose through the ranks pretty quickly. He served in some really important roles, like being one of the king's own attendants and eventually governor. But his very promising life was cut short by illness when he was only 43 years old. Now, to understand the big twist in this story, we've got to look at Ryangsu's immediate family. His father, a man named Wei, had 5 sons, and this, right here, is where the family tree starts to get really interesting. So, each one of these 5 brothers went on to found their own distinct branch of the family. The oldest, Ryanbo, started the Cheomji Branch. Our main character, the second son, Ryangjwa, started the Gapsan branch. And the 3 younger brothers, yep, they each started their own too. Think of it like a big tree trunk suddenly splitting into 5 major limbs. Okay, so for our story, you only need to really focus on the first 2 branches. On one side, you have the main family line, the Cheomji Branch, started by the oldest brother, Ryangbo. And on the other, you've got the Gapsan Branch, started by our guy, the second brother, Ryangjwa. Got it? Cheomji and Gapsan. And right here, this is where everything changes. An unexpected problem comes up, a problem that could end the main family line completely. And the solution they came up with was, well, it was pretty extraordinary. So here's the deal. Ryangbo, the head of the main family line, had no grandson to carry on the name. In that time, this was a huge crisis. So what was the solution? They looked to his younger brother, Ryangjwa. Ryangjwa's grandson, a young man named Yijin, was chosen. Through a formal adoption, Yijin, who was born a member of the Gapsan branch, was officially transferred over to become the heir of the Cheomji branch. It was a brilliant move to make sure the main family line didn't just end. And this wasn't just some symbolic thing, like a handshake deal. It was official. You see, the family kept these incredibly detailed genealogical records called jokbo. And in those books, every single person has a unique code that marks their exact spot in the family tree. After the adoption, Yijin's code was completely changed. He was literally, on paper, removed from his birth branch and put right at the top of his new one. He legally and historically became the heir to his great-uncle's line. This whole story is just remarkable, right? But the reason we even know about it at all, centuries later, is because of the man who made it possible, Byun Ryangjwa. His legacy was so powerful that his descendants took incredible care to preserve every single detail about his life.
According to his epitaph, he was remembered as a man of just immense virtue. He was loyal, he was noble, he was a compassionate leader who actually made life better for the people he was in charge of. It's really no wonder that his descendants went on to build a monument and a shrine just for him, and they still hold ceremonies in his honor today.
And that's really the key takeaway here. This incredible story about his grandson Yijin crossing family lines wasn't just forgotten or lost to time. It was carefully recorded and passed down, all because Byun Ryangjwa was a man whose character and life were seen as so important, so worthy of being remembered.
It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? Every family has its own unique twists and turns, its own stories of duty and legacy. What kind of fascinating tales might be hidden away in your own family tree, just waiting for you to find them?